mParticle's Smartype is a powerful code generation tool that turns any data model built on JSON schema into usable, type-safe data collection libraries for web, iOS, and Android. Smartype is a platform-agnostic tool, which means you don't have to be using mParticle or a CDP at all for that matter to benefit from the data quality advantages it offers. Built on Kotlin multi-platform, Smartype automatically translates any JSON schema into usable, statically typed code in multiple target languages. This means that once your project includes a data plan represented as JSON schema, all you have to do is run a single command to generate 3 different sets of data collection libraries that you can then implement in production code. Let's take a look at how this works in a real project. Here we have a JSON object in the root of our project representing a viewProduct event. The event has 4 properties, and each property has a specified data type and a description. Here, product name is a string, product price is a number, product category is a string, and product availability is a Boolean. Now we're ready to run Smartype init, which will create a configuration file that tells Smartype a few things it will need to know to work in our project. Here, the CLI will ask us a few questions. We'll say we want libraries generated for web, iOS, and Android platforms, and specify the input and output locations for our JSON schema and data collection code. Now that our configuration file is in place, we're ready to run Smartype generate, which will actually translate the input schema into usable code in TypeScript, Java, and Swift for use in the 3 environments we specified. This could take a little while. Now Smartype generate has finished running, and we can see the generated code for all 3 platforms in our Smartype dist directory. For Android apps, Smartype has created an AAR file that we can include in our projects. For iOS, Smartype built a fat dynamic framework ready for production use. And for web, we have a set of JavaScript and TypeScript files that we can use directly with our web apps. Here's the .d.ts file that Smartype generated, which is the library we would import for use in a web project. We can see that we now have our viewProduct object represented as a JavaScript class. All of viewProduct's properties, product name, product price, product category, and product availability, have been seamlessly constructed as a class in JavaScript, and all of the data types we specified for those properties have been declared in that class's constructor. Let's see how we would use the code that Smartype generated to collect event data in a web app. Here is a sample e-commerce UI where customers can browse furniture items. Let's use our viewProduct event to track which products our visitors are viewing and maintain type consistency with our data model when we build an event object. In our project's main TypeScript file, first we'll import the modules that Smartype created. Next, we'll create an instance of the Smartype API object, which will give us access to our viewProduct object as well as other methods to add and remove receivers for our data. Now we can create a strongly typed message object. When we call the API object, we will see its methods for sending data as well as all of our schema objects directly in our IDE's code completion tool. When we select viewProduct, again we will see that our IDE is surfacing all of this object's properties and specified data types. Let's move this message inside of a click listener where we can build it dynamically according to the object the user views. We can see that if we try to delete one of the required properties on the object, we'll get an error telling us that this is required to build the message. If we try to replace the property we deleted with a number, we'll get another error telling us that this property is required to be a Boolean. This is how Smartype prevents us from sending incomplete or incorrect data to our databases and analytics tools. We'll replace our hard-coded message with one that populates dynamically depending on which product the user clicks, then log the message to the console. Back in our UI, we can see that each time we click on a product, the console displays a viewProduct message with the correct properties and data types. We'll probably want to do something more useful with this data than just log into the console, though. As we mentioned earlier, Smartype allows you to send this data to any receiver you want, whether that's your in-house database or a free analytics tool like Firebase. We'll explore that separately. That's it for this demo. Hopefully by now you've seen how, regardless of the tools you're using to collect, store, and analyze data, mParticle Smartype can help your engineering team ensure data quality and streamline your implementation workflows.